Well, it's been a long while, guys. I've finally got another review for you. This is the premium format Tusken Raider. I wasn't going to pick this up, I must admit. I've been looking at this piece for some time now and I just couldn't make my mind up about this piece. I thought, well, it looks a bit plain, you know, there's not much to it really. It's just all cape. It's all kind of this creamy colour. So I finally did order it, and I didn't have high hopes for it really. I thought, well, yeah, it's just going to be a secondary piece and it's not going to be anything special. And I was quite surprised when I received this thing because it's actually really well made. There's a really nice amount of detail in the face, and I suppose really that's only going to be the area that there is going to be detail, because the rest of the sculpt is obviously draped in this cape, apart from the base. And again, Sideshow have made a good effort on the base to give this kind of rock effect. He stands about just under 21 inches from from the bottom of the base to the top of the head, and then to the tip of that spear it's about 25 inches to the top of that spear. I think on Sideshow it quotes it as being 24 inches, but I've just checked it and it is 25 inches. So if you're thinking of putting this inside a cabinet, then if you just bear in mind that it takes up quite a lot of room. I did see a review of this, I think it was by Peter, and I wasn't quite convinced about the cape originally. I thought it just looked like a square sack. But after you've messed around with it and pushed it into shape, it's not too bad. He's got the leather belt just around the waist there with some steel buckles. And then moving up, he's wearing these kind of gloves, leatherette gloves. And then you've got the thing around his neck, which is, I'm not sure if that's some kind of a breathing apparatus, I'm not sure. And then you got the face. From the pictures on the internet, it didn't really seem like a substantial piece, and it looked a bit bland, and it didn't look that big, I always thought. But this piece is huge. It really is a large piece, and unfortunately I can't get it into my cabinets, not without having a major reshuffle with the stuff I've got in there already. But hopefully next week I should have the additional cabinets that I ordered, so hopefully I'll have a bit more space. Just make sure we have a look at that side. I like the stance on this as well. Rather than a straight on stance, they've put him just stepping up onto a rock, which is quite nice. As P2 showed you in his video, all the stockings go all the way up, which is quite nice. Now that's the point at which it looks like just a square sack. You see, it just literally is a square, like a sack. When you just hang it like that, it looks awful. So what I try and do is just tuck it in and contour it into the body a little bit, and then it looks a lot better than just having it just hanging like a square sack. So you can mess around with it and sculpt it to how you want, but that's all I would recommend really, is just have a play around with the cape until you've got it right. but that's not a major problem. There's just another view of the base and the feet. As usual, I'll give you some nice close-ups. There's a decent amount of weathering on the cape, as you can see. I think P2 pointed out that it's not that dirty, which, yeah, I would agree with that. I could probably do with being a little bit more dirty, but I'm not that good at messing around with these figures, so I'll just probably leave it as is. The head is all polystone. I thought it was going to be some kind of a bandage wrap around the head. I was expecting it to be material, but in fact that's not the case. It's completely sculpted from polystone with all the eye inserts, and again it almost looks like that's going to be like a leather strapping around the mouth, but no, it's all part of the same sculpt, and it's all painted. And it's very well painted as well. The hand is the only part that's separate. And this is, unlike the ones on Indiana with the idol in the hand, it was magnetic. And the components on Robocop, they were all magnetic. This isn't magnetic. So I was quite surprised about it. I was expecting it to be a magnet in there, but basically it locates onto a steel peg and then onto a square recess on there, so it basically just rests on. So if you be aware of that, because in case you have any accidents with this, I'll get it back on. So that's it, it just literally slots onto place. It's fine in that position, but if you're tilting it around, there's always going to be a chance it's going to drop off and you're going to break something. So if you just be aware that it's not a magnet like the other pieces. So there you go. At long last, there's another review from my new collection. Tusken Raider premium format. Up there, I've also got another one that I've got to review, way up there. I've just had the premium format Frankenstein's monster from Bride of Frankenstein. So I'll probably sort out a review of that guy either in the week or maybe next weekend. And that's it, guys. I'll speak to you soon.